This year, we celebrate 45 years of the Taiwan Relations Act, known as TRA. This is a monumental and unique piece of legislation that has guided our U.S. bilateral relations with Taiwan. There is no other legislation that guides our bilateral relations with another country quite this way. The legislation is one of the reasons why the U.S. is uniquely positioned to lead. Since the TRA became law, Taiwan has demonstrated to the world time and time again its importance as a vital contributor to global peace and prosperity. From manufacturing the most advanced semiconductors to providing health and humanitarian assistance to providing a model of democracy, Taiwan is a critically important democratic partner of the United States and like-minded allies. Yet today, Taiwan is possibly the biggest geopolitical flashpoint in the world. In his meeting with President Biden in December, Chairman Xi Jinping told President Biden that Beijing will reunify Taiwan, and the U.S. intelligence suggests that he has directed the People's Liberation Army to be ready to take Taiwan by force in 2027. As the PLA steps up aggression in the Taiwan Strait, it is important that Congress carefully examines the TRA and ensure that the U.S. is diplomatically, economically, and militarily prepared for the Taiwan contingency. The fate of Taiwan affects not only the 23 million people living on the island, but every American. In February of 1954, the U.S. Senate ratified a mutual defense treaty with Taiwan. That treaty obligated the United States to act if Taiwan suffered an armed attack. U.S. military presence on the island reached nearly 100,000 troops at its peak. In 1978, President Carter announced that the United States would formally recognize Communist China and several diplomatic and military relations with Taiwan, a move Congress strongly disapproved at the time. In fact, Senator Goldwater sued the Carter administration for ending the treaty without the consent of Congress. It was Congress that stepped in to ensure basic relations with the people of Taiwan. On an overwhelmingly bipartisan basis, the House and Senate passed the Taiwan Relations Act in 1979, 14 days from introduction to passing both chambers, and just within months of President Carter cutting diplomatic and military ties to Taiwan. Through the TRA, Congress ensured normal relations with Taiwan would continue and, importantly, put several requirements on the executive branch. I want to emphasize 3 of them. 1, to provide Taiwan with arms of a defensive character. 2, to maintain the capacity of the United States to resist any resort to force or other forms of coercion that would jeopardize the security or the social or economic system of the people of Taiwan. And thirdly, to make clear that the United States' decision to establish diplomatic relations with the People's Republic of China rests upon the expectation that the future of Taiwan will be determined by peaceful means. Congress doubled down on the U.S. position that in establishing diplomatic relations with China, any issue between China and Taiwan would have to be resolved peacefully and free from coercion. Congress pushed in the defense components of the TRA to ensure the backing of the U.S. military and capabilities would ensure peace across the Taiwan Strait. After more than 20 years of guaranteeing Taiwan's defense, it seems that the Congress was forced to use the TRA to seek peace over Taiwan through deterrence. It is now clear that Xi Jinping has no intention of resolving the issue peacefully and is prepared for armed conflict in the Taiwan Strait, and the situation is very dangerous. Earlier this year, now retired Admiral John Aquilino told Congress that, in quote, "We are in the most dangerous time that I've seen in 20 years or in my 40 years of doing business," end quote. Today, we're holding this hearing to assess the executive branch's implementation of this law to help determine if the fate of Taiwan will be peaceful and if it has the support to deter Chairman Xi. As previously noted, one of our responsibilities of the TRA is to arm Taiwan. After we found out that there was a $19 billion backlog of weapon sales to Taiwan in 2022, we engaged with the state and defense departments to address the delays. While I appreciate these engagements, we have yet to receive satisfactory responses to our inquiries about why the delays persist. I'm also concerned that the administration has been slow to fully execute the tenet of maintaining the capacity to resist PRC coercion against Taiwan. The CCP has run a successful coercion effort to cut Taiwan out of international organization. We're moving too slowly on initiatives promoting Taiwan's meaningful participation in international organizations. For example, my legislation, the Taiwan WHO Act, was signed into law 2 years ago. The World Health Assembly is now a month away, and I'm hearing that progress on this has been slow at best. Delays on our commitments to Taiwan send the wrong signal to the CCP at the worst possible time. The ability to execute our responsibilities under the TRA may very well determine whether we maintain peace in the Indo-Pacific or if the United States policy of strategic ambiguity is put to the test. This may well be one of the most important hearings our subcommittee has held in this Congress. So I look forward to your testimony.